Hello and welcome back to the channel. Taking advantage of the good weather that is almost all year on the coast of Alicante, in mid-December, we enjoy a weekend to visit some of the places on the White Coast. And if you like our video, do not forget to like it, subscribe and activate notifications so that you know when we upload a new video. Our first destination on this tour by the White Coast will be very close to Altea, where we find a curious temple, the Russian Orthodox Church of the Archangel St. Michael, the first temple of this type built in Spain and in the Iberian Peninsula, recreated in a style of Russian wood architecture of the 17th century. The entrance price is €3, which of course is worth paying, accessing the beautiful environment where the church is located, in front of which we find a sculpture of St. Nicholas the Wonderful, made of granite and bronze with a height of 5.5 meters, holding in one of their hands a sword and in the other a copy of the church, symbolizing the willingness to fight for the faith and defend the city. On the 21st of November, 2002, the first stone was laid, and a cross was erected in place of the future church. The 17th century wooden church style, with a cross shape, 5 domes, and an octagonal bell tower, began construction in 2004, and was completed at the end of 2007 when it was consecrated. We entered the interior of the church when a mass was being celebrated, so keeping the consequent silence and respect, we could admire the beautiful Orthodox iconography, very beautiful, colorful and detailed, and beautifully framed in golden color. Inside, you can also light the candles that give you when you pay the entrance, after which you can continue to enjoy the beauty of this place, both the interior and the exterior of the temple, as well as the surrounding environment. Very close to the Russian Orthodox Church, less than 3 kilometers away, there is the Mascarat Canyon, a slope that runs through the Salad Barracks, and which was the channel that found water to reach the sea, specifically to the Bay of Altea, crossing the Callistic rocks and taking advantage of the geological presence of a fall. As we indicate, it is a short route of about 700 to 800 meters, and as it is a round-trip route along the same path, it will not be more than 1.5 kilometers. We start the route alongside a bridge with an informative sign, and gradually, through a stony floor, we go into the canyon, where we find the most characteristic image of the slope, and that are the 3 bridges that cross it: the old bridge of the National Road 332, the new bridge on the same road, and the bridge from the tramway of Alicante that runs the White Coast connecting Alicante and Denia. This environment must be a name to the legend of a bandit known as the Mascarat, who assaulted and stole those who passed by, and who wore his face painted black to hide his identity. Gradually the distance in the walls is narrowing more and more, until it becomes a narrow corridor of rock, with which rocks have fallen and have been stuck between the walls. As we commented, the route is short, and soon we arrive at a wall that prevents us from continuing walking, so we have to go back on our steps and go to the reverse this beautiful work of nature. At the end of the route by the Mascarat Canyon, we head to a very close place in the direction of the coast, where from a viewpoint we can admire the Cliffs of Toix, formed by the completion of the Sierra de Berni on the shore. Despite the aggression to the landscape, due to the excessive urban development, the beauty of this place well worth a visit of this viewpoint, from which in a pleasant walk we continue to travel the coast, in which we find several viewpoints with views both the cliffs as well as beaches and coves, whose beauty highlights even more with the sunset. Before the night and the sunlight is hidden until the next morning, we continue to travel the coast towards the north, with the intention of visiting a curious rock formation, the Cave of the Arches, finding on the way a viewpoint located in one of these few areas free of buildings, from where you appreciate a wide panorama that extends from Calpe and the Pinon de Eiffel to Javea and the Cape of San Antonio. After leaving the motorhome in the parking lot, which at this time of year is little crowded, we arrive on foot down to a beautiful canyon, the Cala de Moraig, from which we enjoy the beautiful sunset. At one of the sides of the cove, we find a curious rock formation that began to form 60,000 years ago, and which is known as the Cave of the Arcs, and in which, especially in the low tide, you will find a rocky room around 3 arches, which makes it an ideal place to take photographs, place of which we enjoy before going to the lighthouse of Cabo de la Nao, where we will spend the night in a parking lot next to the lighthouse. It is dawn in the Cape de la Nao, and before more tourists arrive, we enjoy a nice walk around the lighthouse, which is located on cliffs of more than 100 meters high, which allow us to enjoy an impressive panorama of the coast. Although the lighthouse, which entered into operation in 1928, cannot be visited, the views of the coast and the cliffs from either of the 2 viewpoints that are next to the lighthouse allow us a moment of relaxation before continuing our route. Traveling the coast to the north, between urbanizations, we find a viewpoint presided over by a stone cross, the Cross of Portugal, from which we can observe the small island of Portugal, located 300 meters from the coasts, and that in distant times came to be inhabited. From the mirador itself there are several routes, which lead us to several coves very visited by swimmers in the summer, and from which we can also start a simple route, and without much difficulty, to Cabo San Martín. The route, as we said, does not have much difficulty, and gradually we will go discovering the panoramas that this place offers us, which at the end of the route offers us an impressive view of the coast and of Javea that stands out in the background, presided by the silhouette of the Montgo.